I had all that IIT Bombay and IIT Bombay.
Unmute.
Your audio live now? It's muted. It's muted.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay.
Morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to everyone here, all prospective students and maybe curious. We have gathered here to talk about what IIT Bombay is. So, as one of India's leading institutions, we've always been pioneers setting standards of academic excellence, creativity, cultural ambience has always been our trademarks and talking points. So today, what our interests will be is to open the gates to you, be able to see what we are thinking of doing, okay, and what we are thinking of doing in the coming years, and how IITB is also evolving with the current. An important point in IITB culture is the people, the faculty, the students, the staff, everyone. And as an open house event, we thought it best that we give you a chance to interact with our faculty, with our students, and our staff. What we have done is we have shared a form to get questions from you on what are your thoughts about joining IITB. Do you have any questions about us? And we have compiled those questions from you, and we have, we're going to answer it today to best encourage you to join us. So welcome, and with that, I will begin the session. So a couple of few pointers before we start off. The first thing is, I know all of you would have several questions. So I request you to please use the chat window to ask us questions. We will come to that and try and answer them. We have people answering them live on the chat window also. Secondly, please keep your videos switched off because that kind of helps with the bandwidth. And you can also, if you're having problem with your WebEx, we are also live streaming on the IITB official YouTube channel. So you can see us there. So with that, the next thing that I would like to tell you first is what we will not be addressing. So we will not be talking about anything related about your ranks regarding your counseling, branch A versus branch B, which is better, which is going to get me a better job. No, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about statistics, and we're not going to answer questions about quota. So we will talk about IITB, what is life at IITB going to be about, and various aspects which will, augment your experience here. So quickly going into today's agenda, we will be talking about three main criteria which you see here: discussion topics, academic curriculum and opportunities, campus environment and facilities, support structure on campus, and then we will take live questions. But first and foremost, we will hear from our director and deputy director today, and we will start our event with that. Following on, we will talk about who is on the panel. So can I please invite Professor Kedare to start and say a few words in this open house.
Thank you, Professor Janani, and welcome all the students. We have now gone through the barrier of advanced JEE, and we are looking forward to welcome you on IIT Bombay campus. I have with me Professor Atre, who is the deputy director, and a complete panel ready to answer all your questions, as Professor Janani has said. So IIT Bombay is the topmost institute in many things in India. It is globally 118 QS ranking. It is 28 in QS ranking in engineering all over the world, and we have about 758 faculty now on the campus and 8 professors of practice. So about 766 faculty. And one point I will highlight is 125 of this faculty are women, and we welcome all the girl students to IIT Bombay campus. and we hope to see you, many of you. So this is almost 68 years institute. I'll say 68 years new institute, because we are rebuilding many of our infrastructure. We have new hostels, we have new student activity center, and we have new entrepreneurship school, which is has many facilities for activities for students, and we have many new initiatives. So we have, for example, extensive initiative on making the campus much more converse, convenient for learning, excellent learning. So we are a very good teaching institute, but also an excellent learning place. And as our faculty, as our alumni say, what we learned at IIT is learn to learn. So that is one of the major thing that IIT Bombay's forte is. We have a lot of flexible course structure. We also have a lot of MOUs with international university, more than 200 universities internationally. We have collaborations. We are also going extensively in dual degrees and joint degree with Japan and US. And we have a very good industry connect. We have very good government connect, society connect through NGOs as well as hospitals. So these are new medical technology initiative that we are now starting at the master's level. I'll say that it's a rigorous research institute, but I'll add a word to it: rigorous and relevant research institute. We have a initiative towards translational research so that we can convert our research to the societal benefit. We have a research park housing industries, as well as we have a 20-year-old very successful incubation center where you can take your ideas to fruition and startups. We have about 1,000 startups turned out from our campus, 265 in-house, and many as spokes and through different programs. I cannot overstate the activity in campus. It's a very active campus, sports, cultural, academic happenings. It's a happening campus, very friendly for girls, students, and everybody. Very, as well as PWD. We have a very energetic ecosystem here. As we go through the research areas, we have a very active AI group. We have AI groups in different departments, because many times domain specific AI becomes a bottleneck. So it's not only AI as tool or other things, but also in different departments. So whichever department you get through, you can associate with it. We have 17 departments, 31 centers, many interdisciplinary activities. 31 centers are interdisciplinary. We have research areas in AI, advanced computing, quantum sensing, quantum computing, photonics, renewable energy, environment, climate change, drones, educational research, and many more. I just can't list them in 1 or 2 minutes. As I said, our alumni are prolific. The Aadhaar card system was conceived and rolled out by one of our alumni, Nandan Nilekani. You may be knowing that our former defense minister, Manohar Parrikar, is our alumnus. Victor Meneses, stalwart in finance management, is our alumnus. Dr. Shivan, the ex-ISRO chief, is our alumnus. And maybe the rupee symbol that you use every day comes from our design alumnus, Uday Kumar. So these are prolific outputs from IIT Bombay, and I think it will be very good to see you here. Whatever department, as I said, we are very flexible. There are about 10 courses typically of a core courses in a department, but many of you can take many courses as electives from different departments. We also have, if you join for BTech, we also have interdisciplinary dual degree program. Just add a 5th year and you get a MTech in this, any other branch than what is your parent branch. So this is what IIT Bombay is in very brief. and I will request my Deputy Professor Atre to highlight many other aspects of it.
So, congratulations, good morning. It's a real pleasure to talk with all of you. Let me start by congratulating you for making it this far, being part of even this conversation. That means you have achieved it, and you got all the chances possibly to come to IIT Bombay, and you are ready in the top percentile amidst the so many students in our country. You are standing at the edge of something which is incredible, I'll say. And today I want to share why IIT Bombay should be the place where you take the leap, and also give you one piece of advice that could possibly shape your entire engineering or science or technology journey. If I say why IIT Bombay, you'll be taught by globally respected faculty members involved in cutting edge research in AI, renewable energy, quantum technology, aerospace engineering, robotics, and beyond all that, maybe sustainability and so on. Many branches: chemistry, biology, bioengineering, biotechnology, etc. etc. We promote interdisciplinary, as director pointed out. We promote interdisciplinary freedom, so you're not locked into one track. You want to be a mechanical engineer and working on AI? Yes, it is possible. If you want to work on computer science and work on driving climate technology, yes, it is possible. You can do all that at IIT Bombay. Our laboratories, our startups, our research centers are open to all the curious minds that you are going to come up with. Even the first year students are encouraged to tinker, build, and explore. At IIT Bombay, it is not just about study. And very, very important, and possibly you must have understood that IIT Bombay has all other facilities too. Our campus is a hub of creativity, diversity, and collaboration. From Mood Indigo to Tech Fest to entrepreneurial activities and entrepreneurship sale that we have, and maybe Abhyuday that you have possibly not heard of, you'll have all the chances to lead and learn from these places. You'll build friendship, perspectives, and confidence that will last for a lifetime. And this is with experience. All of us can tell, because all of us are alumni here at IIT Bombay. Most of us are alumni from IIT Bombay. We know many of you are thinking about placements, and this is normally the question that possibly will be asked. I want to avoid that. But yes, at IIT Bombay, we have got all technology, consulting, core engineering, and research companies from Google to ISRO that people come here and recruit. Through our alumni network, you'll be connected with the global leaders, global firms, research laboratories, startups, and government organizations. But let me tell you something very important that our director connected. Engineering or science and technology is not just about branches. It is about the mindset. Whether you are in CS, civil, metallurgy, mechanical, electrical, chemistry, biology, what will define your journey is not your department, but your curiosity, your creativity, and your courage to try, fail, and try again. Some of the most successful engineers in the world today didn't stick strictly to their branch. They followed problems that mattered to them, they collaborated, they learned continuously, and that is why they stand out. At IIT Bombay, you are not choosing just a branch. IIT Bombay will offer you a platform, and you'll build on it entirely, and what you do is completely up to you then. You can be a chemical engineer and develop a medical device. You can be a mechanical engineer and write a fantastic computational fluid dynamics code. You can be a civil engineer and become a sustainability entrepreneur. The label doesn't limit you, your learning expands you. So why IIT Bombay, if I want to sum, your curiosity is welcome, your ideas are going to be respected, and your future is going to be wide open, no matter what branch you start with. I hope you all will choose IIT Bombay, not just for its name, not just for IIT Bombay and Mumbai, but for the freedom, the rigor, and the opportunity that IIT Bombay offers. And I would like to see all of you here on the last week of July or first week of August. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Kedare and Sir Atre.
Interested.
So moving forward, we will start our panel discussion. And what I would like to first do is introduce the panel members to you. very briefly and very quickly. So you can see that we have, you've heard from Professor Kedare, you've heard from Professor Atre, who is our director and deputy director. We also have on the panel Professor Suvarn, Dean AP. We have Professor Surya, who is our Dean Students Affairs. We have Professor Pratibha Sharma, Associate Dean Academic Finance. Professor M. Radhakrishnan is joining us online, who is the head of Department of Earth Sciences. We have Professor Jayendran, who is the head of IEOR. We have Professor Swati Pal, convener of the PWD cell. Professor Rekha Santana, chairperson SWC, which is the Student Wellness Center. We have Professor Vaijayanti, convener of the Gender Cell. We have Professor Sandeep Saha online, who's the convener of the CST cell. Myself, I'm the model faculty and the moderator for this panel. And we also have Professor Preeti Raman, who is the convener of the scholarship committee. So with that, I would like to start the open house. And before I go in, I had an interesting observation. The students and I were compiling the questions. And what we found is that most of the students and parents are very, very clued in with the current trends. What do I mean by this, right? So the world today is undergoing a profound transformation driven by rapid technology developments, social and economic priority, dynamic shift change. You have industries, startups coming up, changing the world over, just like our and deputy director said. And many of your questions, which were posed to us, seemed very different from what we got from previous years, with the interest towards our startups being supported, what is the kind of research support IITB gives, so on and so forth. So with this in mind, we have selected all of your questions and we will be answering. So you would see a lot of these questions and we have tried to answer them, how IITB is taking you into the future. Okay. So with that, I will start off with the first question and I would like to pose that to Professor Suvarn, our Dean Academic Program. So with that, the first question to you, sir, is what are some of the key changes? We have a new curriculum and what are the key changes? Does the curriculum have ways and means by which there is a strong foundation in engineering fundamentals, but also keeping pace with the evolving industry trends?
Thank you, Janani. Yeah, it's a very nice question. 2 years back, we had a massive curriculum change at IIT Bombay, and I'll give you these salient features to address this particular question. So, first of all, there are a certain number of credits that are required, and IIT Bombay, as we have this credit-based structure, I will not go into the details of that. But typically, one has to do about 252 to 276 credits depending on the department. Out of that, as per the new curriculum, about 60% of the credits are to be earned through your core discipline. Let's say I'm an electrical engineering student, I'll have to take courses worth 60%. That means remaining 40% I can pretty much take from anywhere. And what that 40% is comprised of, so the students can take STEM elective, so science, technology, engineering and mathematics, and they can also take HASMED electives, so humanities, arts, management, entrepreneurship, design, social sciences. So, and in addition to that, they can also take up to 5 flexible electives. That means you can pretty much take any elective that is possible. Right. So that is about 40%. So it gives you a lot of flexibility, and you can basically tailor-made your own curriculum, right? And this 60% comprises of labs and core courses and department-specific electives, right? In addition to this, so typically a student takes about, let's say, 35 credits per semester typically, and depending on your capacity, you are allowed to overload the credits up to 52. Right. So that allows you to take extra courses in every semester, right? So one can opt for minor. So let's say I joined civil engineering, but I'm interested in computer science. So then I can take like our director and deputy director also mentioned that the students can take minors, in other departments. So if they complete 5 courses from a certain basket of minors, they get a tag of minor, and that is written in the transcript also on the certificate. If the students are interested in their own core discipline, they can take 4 advanced courses and they can earn honors. So let's say a typical degree will say, let's say for example, just saying some names. So BTech in civil engineering with honors and minors in computer science. There is you have the option and possibility of doing multiple minors. So I can do minors in computer science, I can do minors in electrical, I can do minor in IEOR. Right? So 2 years ago we had a student who completed 3 minors. Right? So there's a lot of flexibility. If you are aspiring for higher degree, so let's say by the end of the BTech, if you decide to go for a higher degree, you can then transit into what we call as a DD dual degree in the same department. So every department that is offering the 4-year program also has an MTech program, so you can take dual degree in the same department. So at the end you will get a BTech plus MTech in 5 years. You can also transit into another department after 4 years. So let's say after doing 4 years in some department, you can then go do the 5th year in another department and get MTech in that particular department. So that program is called as IEEE, like what is mentioned. So interdisciplinary dual degree program. So there is a lot of flexibility that is built in our system, and our focus is to impart holistic education to the students and to make good engineers. Doesn't matter what branch they have. They should be able to solve problems, right? In addition, I would also like to add that there is a fast track option which we have. So some good students, if they are really good in the subject, they can complete a degree in 3.5 years and use the remaining half year for doing something like startup. There is also provision for 1 year total break. So you can take 2 semesters off. Let's say you have come up with the idea, you want to do a startup, or you want to pursue your hobbies, no questions asked. You take 2 semester break with due process, and you join back and complete your degree. Also, for some students, if they lose interest in between, right, and they want to do something different, they want to go in sports, but they have invested 2-3 years. So after 3 years, there is a provision of getting an exit degree BSc engineering. That's after 3 years, after completion of 60% of credits. So we have built in a lot of flexibility in system over the years, and especially in the new curriculum change. Students who are interested in research, they can do summer project. We have excellent faculty in all the departments, so they can pursue research projects and they can earn undergraduate research award, which will reflect in the transcript. We all, like Professor Kedar mentioned, that we have types with all over the world, and students can go for exchange programs, and we allow semester exchange up to 2 semesters, and those credits are credited back, so we count them for their degree completion, right? And we have linkages with various universities, and we also have co-tutor program for DD students. So all in all, it's a great campus, and a very flexible curriculum.
So thank you, Professor Suman. So for the question about are we allowed to take departments even outside the core engineering stream, from your answer, that's a resounding yes.
Yes.
We have a lot of chances to do it. So that's good to know. So I have another question, another perspective, which we wanted your view on. What kind of opportunities do students have to study emerging areas like AI, data science, ML, robotics? Do you facilitate hands-on learning, prototyping? Are you introducing new courses? What are your views on that?
Yeah, again, a very important questions from the students' point of view. Yes, this was something in mind when, any change that we make at such a big institute, there will be a committee and a discussion at various levels. So this curriculum change was backed up by like a year-long discussions at various levels, and finally in the Senate. So yes, through that curriculum change, first change was that we introduced the AI ML course, compulsory for all first year students. And like our director pointed out, that now we have a department specific AI So although that course is taken by all the 1400 students, each department caters to their own students, and that has a department specific flavor for that AIML. So that's very helpful one. We have multiple AIML courses on the campus so students can take as elective later on. But just to begin with, first year, they have this AIML course. Second, two more courses were introduced in this new curriculum change, and those two courses have gained great popularity over last year. These courses are lab courses basically. One is called as MS 101, which is a makerspace lab. Right? This is again for the first year students. And in this course, the students are segregated in groups. So it's a group activity, right? And they are given access to microcontrollers and 3D printers where they can then do projects in robotics. So they really enjoy these courses. So they learn teamwork. They also learn how to discuss a problem, and they have hands-on experience. So it's a learning through experiential learning. That's the focus. And
so here the students actually can get exposed to the pleasure of creating something new product for any technology. And if they want to have a startup tomorrow, second year or third year, this experience of working with 3D printing, for example, or sensors or controls, etc., you all get exposed to seeing a robot working at the end of the day. You all can possibly see some sensor, how do they work. And instead of doing a conventional drawing now, you can actually use a software to draw those things, fabricate those things, and actually put it to assembly and see a robot working or a walking or picking up a part from place A to place B. And this is what I believe in the third year. And if you want to get into startup, you can actually work into our entrepreneurship courses and come out with some kind of a product. And this exposure right at the first year, is a very different course, and all the first year students enjoy this course. In fact, they put in a lot of efforts. What I heard from second year students, that this is the course that they want to basically spend more time on, and this is what we are actually looking into now. So the workshop technology and drawing are all embedded in making a product, and possibly see at the end, and all 1400 students or 1500 students get exposed to this course right in the first year. This is the beauty of IIT Bombay. I think it's possibly a unique place to have such a course here.
And the related course, like one is we talked about makerspace and AIDS, and the third course that we introduced is DE250, which is design thinking. Right. In that, the students are given the tricky problems of industry, which are yet to be solved, and then they are again made separated into groups where group discussion takes place. So you have to first define a problem, then think about it and find out a solution, and then come up with a design to solve that problem. So all these courses are introduced in the first year, and they are getting a lot of popularity, and we are getting very good feedback from the students. So that is something for the newcomers to look for.
So is there any new courses that are being introduced by us?
But these three courses that I mentioned.
So we have one course on the geophysics
Yes.
aspect, right?
Oh, you mean the program? Yes.
Program.
Yes, there are many.
Yeah. So
So to give you numbers, every day we are coming with a new course. So in a year we come up with about 360 new courses.
So what we will do is we have one new course that's being introduced this year, and we have a video for our audience on the same. So we would request you to play the video on the new course with all the information. So this is a new course which is in the Department of Earth Sciences. I saw several questions on Department of Earth Sciences. So there is one new course of BS in geophysics.
It's a new program.
Program which is being introduced. It's a whole new program. So we are going to play that to you.
So this new course, BS Applied Geophysics, starts from this year. It will have 25 students admitted to this course. And apparently the students who will be working in this will possibly visit all places to have sample data survey and to understand maybe exploration of oil and things like that. If you want to add something.
Oh,
Yeah, you can speak. Is this audio also in this?
Yes, audio is.
It will echo here, I think that's why. It's not control.
We can.
Yeah, that's what. Professor Chandrasekhar, you want to say a few things about the department? Yeah, you're on feed. You can talk. They can see you.
Good morning, everybody. From this year onwards, we will be starting a 4-year BS program in applied geophysics, which will be starting from this semester. And
So hopefully you've heard about our exciting new program. We also recently, just last year, introduced a new curriculum in IEOR, a new department. And I invite the head, Professor Jendran, to say a few words about it. And because we've got a lot of questions, a lot of people are interested in IEOR, so we wanted him to expand on this.
Good morning all. Thank you for this opportunity. So I'm myself Jayendran. I'm a professor here in Department of Industrial Engineering Operations Research. So this BTech in Industrial Engineering Operations Research is a great option for students looking for career in analytics, decision sciences, deep tech, data science, or Industry 5.0. So before I talk about the BTech program, I'd like to share that we have been offering MTech and PhD since 1976 and Master since 2009. So it started as interdisciplinary center and then we became a department. Many of our courses are quite popular as electives among undergraduate and postgraduate students across IIT Bombay. We are also closely interacting with two centers campus, the Technocraft Center of Applied Artificial Intelligence and IIT Bombay FedEx Center for Advanced Logistics and Focused Analytics. Faculty, research scholars and students work in various research areas related with optimization, simulation, stochastic models, stochastic processes, game theory, machine learning, reinforcement learning, deep learning, and so on. Most of our applied works in the area of logistics, supply chains, healthcare, communication networks, finance, defense, to name a few. So this BTech program we started last year comes with this much wealth of experience, after which we have started the BTech program. So this is designed to equip students with quantitative, computational as well as analytical skill set to model a range of real world problems. There is a huge demand for the skill set that this program can provide, mainly in the manufacturing service sectors, technology innovation sectors, financial institutions, research labs, as well as academia. Our BTech curriculum, the students will get to do quite a bit of courses in the foundational as well as advanced courses in the space of IE and OR. Foundational topics includes mathematics, probability, statistics, data structures, algorithms, economics, programming, control theory, and so on. Operational research topics includes optimization, simulation, system dynamics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, cyber security, etc. And engineering topics includes industrial systems, operations analysis, logistics, supply chains, and so on. The program also includes a good bit of core labs, which includes computational labs as well as hardware labs. So students get a nice balance of applied mathematics, statistical methods, and computing. So if you're interested in data science, computing, data analysis, and you want to use various tools creatively to solve real world problems, then you may find the BTech and IEOR quite useful. I urge you to look for more details in our website, www.ieor.iitb.ac.in. You can reach us through Instagram or LinkedIn. In fact, our current students are quite active in Instagram, so you may find more information there. Or you can reach us through LinkedIn also. So we'll be happy to share more information. Thanks.
Thank you, Professor Chandran. So now we will move on to more project-related questions, projects and internships. I invite our AD, Associate Dean Academic Programs, Professor Pratibha Sharma, to answer these. So the first question for her is, are there platforms or formal mechanisms like credit pairing projects through which students can undertake self-learning or interdisciplinary projects?
Good morning. Regarding the projects, as mentioned by Dean Academic Program, in the range of 252 to 276 credits, we have option of BTech project. Many of the departments, they have this as a part of their credit requirement, wherein you can have a minimum 9 credits to a maximum of 18 credit BTech project. Other than being offered in the department, if you are willing, if it is not being offered, then you can still take a BTech project as an additional learning project. And this can be within the department and so because depending upon which department it is being taken, it can be interdisciplinary project. And in these projects, it is like you have to go through a process wherein it involves literature review, understanding the problem, what is being done globally on that particular topic, identifying the research gaps, then working on the project in terms of it could be a design project, it could be a simulation optimization problem, or it could be wherein you have to do an experiment, you have to develop something, and thereafter like you try to solve the problem which is given, either it is a industry oriented problem. So definitely there could be a BTech project, which is not mandatory in some of the department, but for if it is IEEE or if it is a dual degree program, you have to take a project wherein this project starts in the summer after the 8th semester, and it lasts till the summer of the 10th semester, which is for dual degree programs and interdisciplinary dual degree programs. For BTech project, it starts after the 6th semester, and thereon you can work on such projects, wherein you have a supervisor being allotted, projects being floated, and he guides you throughout the project.
So thank you, Professor Pratibha. So a slightly, can you elaborate on, is this projects that they will take related to the subjects, or can they do real world applications? And what is the typical timeline during the program that they are encouraged to take this up? Is there a specific year they're allowed to take it, or is it open-ended when they can take internships and real world application projects?
Okay. Yeah, so as I mentioned, like if it is a BTech project, then it is 6th semester or later. If it is in DDP, which is a dual degree project, or an interdisciplinary dual degree project, then it starts from the summer of 8th semester onwards. So this is how it goes. And internships, as you have asked for, internship could be in summer internship. These internships could be within the department, wherein it could be department specific problem. And most of the departments, if there are centers, there are different academic units which are in itself interdisciplinary units, and there are cross-cutting research problems which are being considered. So these could be depending upon the student's interest, depending upon the department regime. So it could be cross-cutting department on an interdisciplinary project. And also, as you have asked about the internships, these internships also, other than the project, could be a summer internship, which depending upon the student's interest, they can contact faculty of that department, and they can do within the department that internship on something which he has learned in their earlier courses and found it very exciting about. Or they can do outside IIT Bombay, wherein they can go to different industries, companies, and do that internships. Or they can go outside the country in various institutions, and they can do these internships.
So thank you.
IOU about 200 international universities.
Thank you, Professor Pratibha. Now we will move on to the next question. There's a lot of question on placements, and we will not take questions on which department has better placements. I think if you are all good candidates, you all get well placed. But as a generic view of how do IIT Bombay placement performance occurs, right? I call on Professor Surya, who's our Dean Student Affairs, to maybe say a few words about placements.
Thank you. I think in general, placement at IIT Bombay is actually quite good. So what Professor Pratibha already emphasized, we encourage students to actually spend a significant amount of time on internship, because a large number of our students actually take very good internships and they get pre-placement offers, so that they don't have to even worry about their placement. That is something we always emphasize on. And I saw a lot of questions in the chart about which department gets better placement. I don't think there is any single answer to that question. It all depends upon the candidate. I think you should prepare yourself. The student should actually prepare themselves to actually get a better job. And another question which I saw on the chart is, do software companies allow to certain departments? In general, most of the software companies are actually open to almost all the departments on campus, unless there are some specific requirements by a specific company. So that way, I don't think there is any distinction. Another question, what I saw on the chart is there a difference between circuit and non-circuit branches with respect to placement? I think the concept of circuit branch is a very old concept, like 25-year-old concept. I don't think it exists anymore. It's completely diversified. So I don't think people should actually worry about what kind of branch we are actually taking at IIT Bombay in order to get a placement. I think in short, that could be my answer.
Thank you, Mr. Surya. That was quite enlightening to us. So we have a couple of questions on this, and that's why the next question I will pose directly to my director. This question: what makes IIT be strong environment for undergraduate research, especially compared to the global universities out there? How does IIT B match up, or even better than international options?
Thank you, Professor Janani. This is a very interesting question. IIT Bombay, I will say mundane things first. If you have to do research, first thing is you have to have infrastructure, instruments, opportunities. The second thing is you should have a guide who is well connected, and I think IIT Bombay has both these things as well as many opportunities. So, for example, we are Institute of Eminence, and we have at least 200 top-notch instruments in the world. So, which are available for our research as well as industrial use, and these are your opportunities. There are many other things that are important, because we have, as I said, about 750 plus faculty, each one working on 1-2 cutting edge areas, so about 1,000 different research areas in various domains, especially interdisciplinary domains. For example, medtech is one of the region where one of the area we are doing very good research. And as a BTech student, you can have a hands-on experience, develop things. So this working with hands, as Professor Kulkarni also said, makerspace. So we also train you in using tabletop lathes. We have 3D machines, we have prototyping facilities, we have design facilities. You are trained in mechanical part, electrical part, controls, various aspects of making things work and do delivery as per the requirement. Top-notch research, which is theoretical modeling. We have a advanced high performance computing center here, which is the best available in India, one of the best available in India. CDAC center is also here for top-notch high performance computing. We have advanced computing systems here. So the modeling and other things, we have modeling in biology, chemistry, mechanical, everything, all kinds of modeling expertise as well as support is available to you. So I think this is a very important place. Internationally, we also, our researchers go internationally to read their papers. They are highly acknowledged. So the international level guidance you get by sitting in India, in IIT Bombay. So I think there are many opportunities for you.
Thank you, Professor Kedare. The next question I would like to pose to our Deputy Director, Professor Atre, because he is in charge of academic research and translation, and he's one of the pioneers of cryogenics across the country. So anything about cryogenics, Professor Atre is the person to. So this is the question I have for him. Does the institute have or looking to have partnerships with industry or research lab that can first help students get meaningful real world research experience?
Thanks, Janani. I think when you talk about research labs, industry, you are mostly in undergraduate level. Normally, we have got a big pool of 5,000 PhD students, 500 postdocs, and master students who do real research. But the second year onwards, undergraduate students can actually have internship. And one of the best things that is at IIT Bombay is what we have got research park. Possibly you may not have heard about research park on the campus. That means you've got almost 100 big industries right on the campus. We've got a 13-story building that has come on the campus of IIT Bombay, wherein all big industries are actually working. So here, right on the campus, you can actually do internship with those industries. At the same time, we have got a business incubator called Sign, where there are 60 startups right now. So if you want to work with a startup as an intern, and naturally in all these startups and all these industries are tech oriented, their focus is basically to develop new product, new technology, new process, etc., etc. So with these startups being on the campus with us new ideas, new IP, and the industries right on the campus, you can actually work with them in any summer that you want to work for 2 months, and possibly it will be paid internship also. But because they are on the campus, you can actually work for 2 or 3 hours every day. Our coursework is not so tight always. You get a lot of time for yourself. Where we actually expose, we would like you to play on the grounds, have a good session with students and talk. But if you're so very keen that you want to do internship, you can always spend 2 to 3 months, maybe work from your hostel rooms also. But you can actually work with these industries and interns. At the same time, let me tell you that there are at least 35 projects today going on with ISRO. And there are various professors who are working on different projects. We are having a DRDO center right on the campus, and there are people who are working on hypersonics, and that you must have heard of these terms. There are several projects going on with DRDO right on the campus, and of course, the Department of Atomic Energy. There are various projects going on here. So if you want to work, there are several projects at given time. There are 1,000 projects going on with various professors right on the campus. So student can intern with industries. Student can intern with startups, and student can intern with our professors also, which may not be from your department, but it could be from chemical department, CS, geophysics, for example, or any department, wherein actually you get a sense and understand something new, not maybe from your branch, but something from new, and possibly you can collaborate tomorrow with your friends. So as far as internship is concerned, as far as research labs, everything is concerned. In addition to that, there are several projects going on with industries. And through our Dean R&D office, we have got our professors consulting various industries on these with these professors, with these industries also. You can work with Tata's, Siemens, Airbus, Boeing, and I can name you several. Google, for example, Microsoft. They're all working with us. So depending on your choice, what you want to work on, software, hardware, or a combination of both, you can actually do research, intern, and possibly convert this research to your honors degree or a BTech project or a supervised learning project also. And possibly only a few can come out with a published paper, but you can write a good paper also, a research paper also. Thanks.
I'll add to that. Professor Atre didn't mention, but his research was involved in making Chandrayaan actually land on the surface of the moon, because there is a problem of dust, and so he did the slosh modeling. And there are many such. For example, needleless injection is one thing that we have done. There are many things on drones that was not mentioned. About the entrepreneurship, there is a question, how do you help the ideas to take to the field? So, of course, ideas are very important, but we also have entrepreneurship school. So there are courses in entrepreneurship. So we have started this experience of teaching entrepreneurship, not just learning, but teaching also. And I'll tell you that beyond a technical idea, there are many aspects to make the startup successful. It's an idea about the market, it's about finance and HR, human resource management. So all this exposure, this mentorship is available at our sign, which is a Society of Innovation and Entrepreneurship. We also have a high-tech, deep-tech entrepreneurship called Titanium, is an initiative to support the deep-tech startups. As well as we have many spokes and hub model coordinating many entrepreneurship programs. So if you do research and you want to take it to the field, yes, certainly there are many things here to learn. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Atre and Professor Bombay. Next question. So clearly, you can say that we support students taking non-traditional paths, that is like startups. Can Professor Atre probably give us one example of a success story that gives us the confidence that we can also travel that journey?
I can give several examples of what successful startups, but students possibly who can identify with our atom work. You must have seen possibly fans in the room. There are most efficient fans, and there are undergraduate students who came up with a new BLDC motor design. And this motor now actually can be driven by only 30 watts power as against the 80 watt power that traditional fans wanted earlier. So this was a very good example that students actually in 2016 came up with this innovation and had a startup. Then I come to Idea Forge, which are unmanned aerial vehicles. They're actually bordering our, they're actually doing surveillance on our borders right now. They're a company that has actually become an IPO now, right? So these are 2006 or 7 graduates, mechanical engineering, aerospace engineering, electrical engineering students came together. They start with a robot and ended up having a UAV. And these are all big companies, more than 1,000 crores, and there are at least 600, 700 employees working with them. All are in manufacturing, fabrication, controls sector. In addition to that, I can talk about ImmunoAct, which is a professor plus students company right now working on cancer therapy on a CAR T cell. If you understand this, with a company called CDMAC, who are in controllers domain right now. With the professors started a company, and there are 5 PhD students working with them. And if some of them were undergraduate students earlier who went on to do their masters and PhD and actually joined professors. So let me tell you, out of 750 professors today at IIT Bombay, more than 10% have their startups. So you can understand the professors getting into startup, and therefore their undergraduate student, master students, and PhD students also join their startup company. And that's the perfect model that we think of, where the professors can take a back seat. He or she can continue to do research, and the students are taking frontship. And here the students are driving the professors to work harder, rather than the professors are driving students to work harder. So this is an example I can give you. But Professor Kedare pointed out about entrepreneurship. So any non-traditional, non-conventional path, if you want to have, we have got a DS school for entrepreneurship, and we offer a minor degree program in entrepreneurship. So while doing your major in any branch, you can actually right from 3rd semester take one course in entrepreneurship where you understand about the product development, technology development, venture creation, business model, IP, etc., etc. And at the end of the day, we would like you to actually come out with a new product, new technology, and you are actually financially supported for that. In fact, our 1990 batch has come with an ideas program, which is an alumni program, alumni supported program, who again take you through various network related to basically product development, working on your hands, again finance supported. So there are several programs. If you intend to have a startup, possibly over 5 years, I'll become the traditional.
Thank you, Professor Atre. That's very motivational. So we will move on to a few other questions. First is, what are the types of financial assistance or scholarships that are made available to students? And I would like to call upon Professor Preeti Raman who's our convener of scholarship committee, to say a few words on it.
So thank you, Professor Chandni, for the question. Greetings to all of you from IIT Bombay, and congratulations on your journey thus far. The aim of our leadership team here is to support financially as many students as need assistance. So what does this translate into? So we are able to support up to 25% of our batch if they need assistance. So for this, you need to have some eligibility criteria. We have a list of all these, all this information in your online scholarship portal. You can access this once you join our department, our institute here already. So in literal terms, what does this translate to? You can have something like a free messing facility if you're eligible. You can have free hostel rent, that hostel rent can be waived, or you can even have remission of fees. So these are just few of the main favors that I'm talking about, but there are much more. And as you know, we have a very large alumni group who also are interested in supporting our students. So they have their own named scholarships available also. So when you join our institute, all this information will be made available to you. You choose and apply to all the scholarships that you're eligible for. Once you choose and apply, you can, if you're awarded the scholarship, you can choose the best one amongst them. If you need any help, you're always here. There is a scholarship team available for you throughout, so you can talk to us anytime. One advice though that I would have for you is, if you're thinking of asking for assistance here, then you can already start off on collecting something called the Parental Income Certificate. This is for the financial year 2024-25. This will accelerate the process of assigning the scholarship to you. And this should be issued by a competent authority. So this will be there in our portal. You can access this always. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. So the next question I have is for Professor Vaijayanti. Are there English language support programs to help students navigate the academic environment? And a slightly additional question I have got for her is should I know Hindi to be able to navigate better on campus or the academic environment?
Thank you, Jayani, and welcome all of those who are present here, and congratulations from me as well. So, of course, the medium of instruction at IIT Bombay, as in other IITs and other institutes of higher education, is English. So that is the primary language of communication. But we have understood in all these years that people come with mixed language backgrounds, and that is the national profile. We also understand, and we strongly believe that the difficulties with English should not be an impediment to your progress through your curriculum. So we have multiple solutions that we offer, because one size does not fit all. We have a language resource and writing center, which offers many workshops, many courses, and in fact down to one-on-one counseling if you need, to improve what you think requires improvement. So could be spoken language skills, could be reading, writing, academic skills, any number of things, including presentations and stuff like that. In addition, we also offer for the first years specifically, those who have the greatest need for improvement in English, we have a HASMET course. It forms part of the HASMET set, and there we encourage students to learn academic English, how you would employ English in academic context, etc. But there are also indirect ways in which this is accomplished. So any of the electives, many of the HASMET courses will also, from the humanities and social sciences in particular, will offer you a way to indirectly address the issue of being fluent in English. And we have very many senior students, senior to you, who are also TAs of all your first year courses. They're also very helpful in this regard and will direct you in managing these kinds of issues. For Hindi, we are a multilingual society, and IIT Bombay is a microcosm of the entire nation. So you will find all kinds of languages, all kinds of socio-cultural profiles. And so Hindi is not mandatory, You will come here and you will manage. There are no problems. You may acquire Hindi if you haven't already done so. And you may acquire Marathi and any other language. We also offer foreign languages. So essentially we will enable whatever we can to make your stay here as easy as possible. I hope that addresses that.
Yeah, yes, it does. My next question is to Professor Swanika. From the academic perspective, what support systems are available for students with, physical disabilities? Could you please highlight on how they are provided in these systems?
Thank you, Professor Janani. And I welcome you all and congratulations. IIT Bombay always aims to create an inclusive, accessible and equal opportunities campus to the students with disabilities. And besides following the rules of Government of India for students with disabilities related to written examination, IIT Bombay also takes IIT Bombay also takes few efforts to make it more inclusive, such as all faculties tries to take the help of accessible learning platforms and assistive technologies to make their class and assignment more inclusive. They also, if needed, record their online content and post these contents to the various portals like Moodle, which has accessibility tool features. Besides that, PWD Student Cell has also come up with a website where we have kept a list of softwares and technologies which is giving a comprehensive information to the students as well as faculties to use as required. Further to add, on a case-to-case basis, if required, the cell arranges meeting with appropriate experts based on a particular need, because extent of disability and how it will impact the lifestyle will very much dependent on the degree and extent of the disability they have. So we have opportunities to arrange meetings with appropriate experts to ascertain proper facilities to facilitate procurement and assistive technology to address need-based accessibility accommodation in specific cases. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Swanika. The next question I would like to pose to Professor Soda. What are the kind of innovative teaching techniques? Are we still following traditional techniques or are we moving to something new? Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. So these are three separate questions, but one theme. So to answer the first question, are there examples of department using technology or digital tools in creative ways? So yes, various departments and faculty members, they are using different tools. And to give you an idea, IIT Bombay is taking really bold steps in transforming education. Our director, Professor Kedar, actually he should answer this question. That ever since he has taken up, he's asking all of us continuously that how do we create a knowledge center, a center for learning. IIT Bombay as a center for learning, and what kind of innovative ways we can come. So to facilitate that, for any big change, we have to have a committee. He has appointed a high-level committee of professors, and those professors have been actively engaged, involved on a day-to-day basis with all the stakeholders. They are interviewing students, alumni is on board, they are on board, and they are also talking to various teachers. And as a first, and it's going to be a really groundbreaking, earth-shattering paradigm shift, right? And we are all working in that spirit. And so the first step, some 50 faculty members, course instructors have volunteered for getting a training in innovative learning, or how to transform the classroom experience. Of course, we have top-notch spaces, classrooms, to do all sorts of experiments. A simple experiment, I remember with chemistry, they were using for the first year courses, is use of Mentimeters. where we can conduct the in-class quizzes by using a Mentimeter. Our instructor will pose a question to the class, and just like Kaun Banega Crorepati, students will be polling, and the answers will be displayed on the screen. So these are the small major, but bigger picture is yet to emerge, and the progress is really phenomenal. And the first batch of 50 instructors will be experimenting in the coming semester. And Professor Kedare, would you like to add something to this?
Yeah, I will take some time on this short time. So essence of teaching is respect each other, and essence of learning is exposure and activity based immersed learning. So these are the two aspects, and there are many new ways of learning and teaching which we are exploring. In fact, different courses will need different kind of experimentation actually delivering the learning material. So that's what we are trying. We are exciting and training the various faculties which are offering their courses in a new mode. We are also modifying our infrastructure so that more interactive classes can be held. One of the large class of 200 in design goes in this manner already. There are many faculty who are very good teachers and highly respected by the student for their life, I'll tell you. One of the important thing is we will also use AI. We are also involving AI in making your learning experience more fruitful, more effective. Of course, there are a lot of web material videos available already. So we don't disregard them, but try to go beyond. Also, there was a question about attendance policy, whether it's 80%. I'll say that there is, it's all faculty specific. There is no particular attendance all over the institute. And I'll say that you will like to attend the class. That will be the essence and success of the learning process. And that's what we are already doing in many courses, but we want to expand this skill to all faculty. We already have a teaching and learning center, which is used to encourage and teach as well as help faculty in redesigning the teaching courses as well as enhance the learning process. So I think it is very interesting. Your involvement in this whole process will be very interesting once you are on campus. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Stern and Professor Bhatt. We're moving on to what we consider is a very important question. That of, do women students face challenges in engineering branches if they enroll, specifically mechanical, civil, energy sciences? What would be the advice to them, and does IITB encourage and support such kind of initiatives? So we would want to know and assure you that definitely everything in IITB is accessible and they can actually outshine the boys. So over to Professor Pratibha Sharma, our academic program dean, AD, to say a few words.
So I'm from Department of Energy Science and Engineering, and so there has been like historically some of the departments were more preferred by male students and some departments were preferred by female students. But over a period of time, I didn't saw that this particular diversion is still there, and there are not challenges. In the Energy Science and Engineering department also, we welcome all the female students and we help them in the way they want to prosper and do. So there is a wide horizon open in these streams as well, whether you talk about energy science or being asked about mechanical or civil. So the horizon is broad, the canvas is open, you can paint with your own dreams. You can do a lot more in these interdisciplinary programs because you are not constraints. We have in Energy Science and Engineering department faculty from wider disciplines, from physics, from chemistry, from chemical, mechanical, electrical. And similarly, like we have input in PG, our MTech from these different streams. And we have interdisciplinary courses we train them, we have different projects. So I don't find that there are any crucial challenges in these areas.
I think let me point out that out of 12 panelists here, 6 are women faculty, and they are from mechanical, civil, energy, and maths. So mechanical, civil are supposedly the hard, difficult branch. It's not like that. There are a lot of scope. Of course, women, girls can also go through the hard work, and certainly do. And you can see, look, ask Destiny or Swati how their experience was. But I'll also say that our students have gone into engine production, research in engine. They have gone into, our girl students have gone to startups. We are also trying to get funding for specially support the girl students for startup, other things. Let me also add here that Bombay is a safe place, as you know, and IIT Bombay is well sought by girl students, and most of the top girls do opt for it. We all have all facilities here. If you, last year there was a question whether I walk down from library to hostel at 1 o'clock in the night, is it safe? And the answer is yes, super yes, no issue. And of course, all other needs of girl students are also we are sensitive to, and on top of it, we also have a gender cell which also like addresses the social understanding of this diversity and integrity amongst the diverse population, including many other aspects related to diversity. So maybe you can take on that ahead.
Yes, thank you, Professor Kedari and Professor Pratibha. We will be talking more in detail about the gender cell in a little while. But before that, I would like to call upon one student, Kriti. She's a mechanical engineering student and she's the department representative. She's a general secretary. And I would call upon her to say a few words what her experience was in mechanical engineering. Yeah, Kriti, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Am I audible properly, right?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Thank you for this opportunity. So as ma'am pointed out, I've been the general secretary of the mechanical department and we have around 1,400 plus students. So I personally never faced any challenges as being a girl student. We also have a lot of opportunities in our department where the professors will encourage you. If you have any doubt, you want to pursue any particular project, you want to do welding in the lab, you want to do a computational project, you can approach them and they will guide you on how to do it. So there's no issue as such as a female student. In fact, anyone will be supportive of you. There are around 45 girls in my batch, in the mechanical batch, and the sky is the limit, I would say. You should be confident enough in yourself and approach professors. We also have labs and courses like machine design lab in mech, and then there's electrical EDL, electrical design lab in electrical. So you work on a lot of hands-on things, and it's not like because you're a girl you can't do anything. You will be encouraged to do everything, and you'll get equal opportunities for everything. The institute or any club doesn't stop you from doing anything just because you're a girl.
Thank you, Kriti. That was very helpful. So we will go on to a slightly different facet to the question. We have something called the supernumerary quota for women. So there's a question as to how does this work and are there challenges associated with it once I join? So I would like to call upon Vajanti Sharma ma'am to say a few words on this.
Yeah, so the supernumerary quota was introduced as a sort of a solution to a perceived systemic problem. That is that the gender distribution or the gender ratio was not reflective of what it is like in the larger society. So the committee that looked at it was looking at the societal pressures on women, the lack of inclusive campus environments, also the pipeline problem. If you don't have women, then you're not going to encourage more women to join these kinds of disciplines. And many of these issues are run because of implicit biases. We also need to overcome them in some way. So it's a kind of affirmative action which is needed. And so we achieve a more balanced gender ratio to the degree possible, but we also make for a campus that has diverse perspectives and brings different kinds of solutions to technology and sciences. But we do not see the student who is here as a supernumerary student. She is just a student. In any department, you're just a student. You'll be treated as any other student. Nobody identifies you by that particular quota label or other. So your choices, your freedoms are the same as for any other student. I hope that is sure.
Mr. Surya, would you talk something about the EWS quota also in the same umbrella?
I think like what Mr. Vaijayanti told, once you enter the institute, we really don't know what category a student belongs. So it doesn't really matter to us. So you're just like any other student to us, and that's true for EWS or SC, ST or OBC and so on. For that matter, any category student, whether it is boy or girl, it doesn't really matter. And we have a very strong anti-discrimination policy in place on campus. You can actually find more details about it on the website. I think it's all the same for us.
Thank you. So slightly changing tracks, Professor Suvan, can you talk about what is the difference between a BS and a BTech degree? What is the difference DD and BTech? Can you please highlight on these different aspects?
Okay, I think I see from where this question is coming. Otherwise, people know what is a DD and a BTech. Let me first answer the BS and BTech thing. Both are 4-year programs, right? And BS is focused on science-related courses, whereas take part, the BTech is more focused on engineering. Other than that, I don't see, they have a very similar course structure. So it depends on what you like. If you are more fascinated by science, you go to BS track. If you like engineering, you go for BTech. And for DD and BTech, we have already elaborated a lot on that. So if you appear for, I think the students are asking from the point of view of admission. We just have DD admission in electrical engineering only. We don't have any other direct admission to any DD program. And if later on somebody wants to convert from DD to BTech, that is allowed with some kind of procedure. So there is a small penalty and one is allowed. And DD is a 5-year program. So at the end of DD, you get BTech plus MTech. So I think what students are asking is that, can they convert to DD program? Yes, they can convert. And can they convert back from DD to BTech? Yes, they can do that. It's a process. Thank you.
Yeah. So we've talked a lot about academics, right? So I think I myself would like to talk about how the campus is. So and have students talk about it quite a bit, right? So firstly, I would like to call upon Amritansh, who's a student mentor, to give us a highlight about how the hostel facilities are doing so. Amritansh?
Yeah, ma'am. Am I audible? Okay. So yeah, talking about the hostels. So in the first year, you generally get a pairing room with a roommate. And about the facilities, so it's multiple really. You have like free access to Wi-Fi, a very high speed. There is washing machine access. There is a laundry service as well. You obviously have a mess, and you have a common room with a TV screen. You have table tennis rooms. You have like every hostel has a gym, even a music room. So it's multiple. I mean, you will never get bored in your hostel for sure. And apart from all these activities, you also have study rooms in the hostel, which are air conditioned. So yeah, I mean, it's a mix of peace and chaos all together, and it's really where the friendships of IIT Bombay come into place, I feel.
Yeah, thanks, Amritansh. Kritik, can you tell us something about the women hostel and what's that? What kind of facilities?
So I would like to highlight how for women-specific hostels and around the institute, there are sanitary napkin vending machines put for us. Other than this, there are also vending machines in different hostels for you. So you can also access snacks late in the night. Hostel facilities for girls, there are common room, in the ground floor of the hostel. There's obviously a common mess, as already pointed out, and you have a laundry service in every hostel, and this can be accessed by the girls specifically. You don't need to go to a boys' hostel. And these are some of the basic facilities which are common across all hostels. And there are also female security guards in every hostel, in every girls' hostel. And there's also patrolling that keeps happening. So you will be absolutely safe. You can walk around the campus whenever you want, and you don't need to be scared.
Thank you, Kriti. Can I ask Sarah, who's also another student mentor, to highlight about the transport facilities available? Is it easy to get around campus and also to the outside city, which is Mumbai?
Yeah, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, so within campus, we have most students travel by bicycle from their classes to their hostels, and we also have e shuttles which go around campus, and they go around specific routes, and you can access them through a nominal fee, which is I think 10 rupees per trip. In regards to connectivity outside campus, ITB is very well connected to the rest of the city. So we have a railway station close by, which is Kanchanmar, which connects you to rest of Bombay, and also right outside Bombay, right outside the campus, we have a lot of different facilities available, like a lot of eateries and a lot of other shops as well. So it's very accessible and right in the heart of Mumbai.
Thanks, Pradeep. And what about other amenities? Sarah, I think you can add to that. What are the other amenities on campus?
Right. So in terms of food, we have a lot of canteens available, which are available at all times. So if your mess is closed, you can always go to any canteen. You have a common gym, you have a swimming pool, we have a gymkhana ground as well, where a lot of different sports specific grounds are there. Apart from that, we also have other grounds on campus. There is also another school on campus. Yeah, that is a lot of different amenities which are available on campus.
Also, you have students have access to the hospital facilities. We have an on-campus hospital, so students have access to that at all times. The other thing that I would probably ask, a lot of questions have come about, is what are the student clubs that are available? And if I want to start a new club, can I? So can I ask Amritansh and maybe Sarah if you want to add something, and then Amritansh can come first.
Yeah, I think I can take it up. We generally have 5 councils in the campus, which focus on different aspects. So there's the academic, there are technical, sports, cultural, and hostel councils. Apart from that, we also have a host of different clubs like entrepreneurship cell, and we also have a lot of fests which go on, like Mood Indigo and Tech Fest. I think they are really famous. And yeah, there is no bar. Anyone can join any council, any club, and we have a lot of friendly seniors who will help you learn new things and explore the campus beyond just academics. I think Amritansh, if you want to add anything.
Yeah, I'll just add a little bit. So there are also technical teams. So you can, join those teams. You can take part in competitions that are held even at an international level. There is racing team, and many other teams. And if I talk about sports, there is literally any sport you can name will be there in IIT Bombay. And talking about culturals as well, there is dance, music, and all sorts of art forms that exist. So, I mean, diversity is like, it's really great.
Thank you, Amritansh.
Yes,
please do.
As an alumni of the campus, maybe I'll add that there are stargazing. Maybe all students are not aware of all this, but stargazing club, radio club, we have zero waste club, we have group for rural activities, we have Abhyudaya addressing the social issues, we have E-Yatra activity, we have House Shunya, there is zero energy building activity which participates in the international competitions for last maybe 5-6 years, and we have initially got the consolation prize, then third prize, then second prize, and last year we got the first prize globally. for a zero energy building. We have robotics activities. We have so many activities. We have Tech Fest. We have, of course, Mood Indigo is well known, but other than that, we have many other activities where you can work with hand. And we have Tinkerers Lab. Of course, the makerspace as a industry related activity also. Maybe Surya can add on a much more list if you want, but yes, there are many technical, cultural, sports activities. We have Marathi Vangmay Mandal, Telugu, Kannada, all these cultural activities also. Well, it's full of activities. You will, as it is evident, all students do not know of all activities. That's what it has come out. But if you want, so yeah, over to Janani.
Professor Surya, do you want to say something about this?
Okay, thank you, Professor Kedare, for actually starting the discussion. I think most of you know IIT Bombay is actually known for academics, but I would also like to tell you that we do a lot of non-academic activities on campus because we strongly believe at IIT Bombay that academics will actually help you in getting a good CPI, but non-academic activities will actually build your personality. So our office primarily focuses from the day you actually step into the campus till the time you actually graduate. A lot of activities are actually planned by your seniors to you, okay, through the clubs. So clubs are integral part of our non-academic curriculum, I would say. So it means each one of you would be part of at least one club before you actually leave, and you get attached to that club throughout your life because we have alumni who are actually part of the clubs. We keep hearing, we keep talking to those alumni as well. So you can participate, like Sarah has mentioned, you can participate across clubs. For example, I know students who participated in inter-IIT in both sports as well as culture, and actually they won gold in both. It means students are multi-talented, and probably you didn't get time to explore those till now. IIT Bombay gives an opportunity for you to explore those as well in addition to academics. So in terms of personality building, I think from day one we'll start teaching you. There is a career counseling student group which are also available, and they actually try to help you with respect to planning your internship, planning your group discussion or interviews. Lots of things. I think one or two hours is actually not even sufficient for us to elaborate on what is there. Right? Rightly mentioned by Professor Kedare, I think many students even don't know the total number of clubs that exist on campus. We have a large number. And every year we actually keep on adding more clubs as students. I think there is no limit on how many clubs we can actually have on campus. And like Sarah mentioned, we have state-of-the-art sports facilities on campus. If student is interested in taking part in sports, I think you name a sport, mostly we have it on campus. If it is not there, we'll set it up for you. So that is something that we assured. You don't have to worry about those things, I think. Okay, there are some questions about hostel rooms. I think Amrita already answered about the first year. One thing what we would like to tell you is language is not a barrier at the institute. That we can definitely guarantee you, because the first year room allocation is typically based on the PIN code of your home address. So it means you are going to get a roommate typically who speaks your language or understands your language, and also from the same department. That's how we actually do the allocation, so that the moment you enter into the campus, you don't have to worry about language. I think most of you have given JEE English or Hindi. I think if you can speak some broken language of this, you'll be able to happily manage on campus. I don't think you should worry about it. And I think rather than me saying, when you come and see the hostel, you'll understand what kind of hostels we have. We have really good hostels. Okay. And there were questions about sharing and non-sharing. Thanks to the contributions from the alumni as well as from the ministry, we are able to build large number of hostels now. Hopefully, when you enter into the second year, there is likelihood that you all will be getting single room, but that all depends on the construction time it actually takes. But that's there on the plan, right?
Thank you, Professor Kedare and Professor Surya. So we are moving on to the third part of this event, which is talking about the support structure available on campus for students, and maybe the challenges that we might face. So firstly, I would like to call upon Professor Swatrika again. Can she highlight on what the academic perspective, which is already highlighted, housing, transportation, accessing extracurricular activities. For PWTs, what is the kind of roadmap that we have?
So, Janan, so the new hostel facilities for PWD students, these rooms are PWD student friendly, and most of the academic buildings and this hostel facilities are facilities with ramp or lift and with signages, proper signages for warning, and if needed, in certain cases, guardians and caregivers are allowed to stay with the PWB students based on the approval. And just to add, the academic corridor is facilitated with tactile tiles and with proper inclusive signages which help them to navigate across the complex. And just to add with respect to transportation, as others have mentioned, e-shuttle services are there to facilitate navigation. Further to add, Dean Student Affairs has several schemes which aid the specially able students with respect to providing the mechanical or battery operated wheelchair for seamless movement. And yeah, this is the nutshell. Thanks.
Thank you, Professor Swati. The next question is, what is the kind of support structure available for of different genders? So the gender cell activities as well as the SC/ST cell activities. I'll first call upon Professor Vaijayanti to talk about the gender cell.
So I'll take a couple of minutes on this. So the gender cell is what is called a statutory body. It is mandated to exist. So it is supposed to address a wide variety of inclusivity issues, as well as diversity and as well as discrimination between genders. So the main focus of the cell is to promote gender equality, to prevent discrimination based on gender, and also to provide justice within the framework of what is called the Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act. And we do this in a couple of ways. So one is the education part, the sensitization part, and a part of that will be a GC course that students are expected to take and complete to understand what we mean by these things. And in particular, focusing on issues like consent, handling rejection, the idea of no, these are all important concepts for anybody entering a higher education institute to understand. The second part is, of course, the redressal and the inquiry part, which comes under the Internal Complaints Committee. Here we actually listen to complaints about sexual harassment. We try and find solutions for the individual facing the harassment. And we are very, very careful to follow the regulations as given by law. And we are quite active in making sure that this, the need for justice is met promptly and carefully. So these are sort of, I mean, when you come into campus, you will find that there are various ways in which you can approach the gender cell should you have a problem. You have many resources, faculty members, representatives, your student mentors, and you will, of course, come to know about it more during orientation, and of course, as you take the gender cell course.
Thank you. Could I request Professor Sandeep Saha to
Thank you, Professor Janani. So, SC/ST student cell is also an support system. Here we actually addresses both academic and non-academic issues, and also take complaints from the students belonging to the SC/ST communities. The institute tries to ensure an environment where all communities can participate in academic and research activities without any sort of caste-based discrimination, without any sorts of other discrimination. So in order to maintain such an atmosphere, the SC/ST student cell is also responsible for sensitizing the campus community and freeing up people from caste-based biases, basically either conscious or subconscious. So we aim to ensure anti-discrimination laws in the context of caste are followed in letter and in spirit, and the institute is proud to implement reservation schemes as sanctioned by the Indian constitutions and as mandated by the government. So we personally look into several wellness from the academic point of view as well as non-academic point of view of the students belonging to this community. There are several initiatives we have already taken, such as some kind of mentorship program, as well as very recently we will support our students from the research point of view. So when you come to the IIT Bombay, you will know many things about our cell and hopefully will interact frequently. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Sandesh. Now I'd like to call upon Professor Rekha, who's in charge of the Student Wellness Center, to talk about how do we support student mental health and wellness.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations for getting through the process. So at IIT Bombay, we provide a holistic well-being approach to students. So we have the IIT hospital, which takes care of any physical well-being issues you may have. For the emotional well-being, we have the Student Wellness Center. So we have in-house counselors with whom you can set up sessions. They are very easily accessible in our main administration building and at hostels. You can set up appointments and they can help you with the adjustment process for coming into a new environment, the academic challenges you may have about living alone in a hostel, living in a hostel away from home for the first time. They will offer emotional support throughout the time here, and they give you a judgment-free space to talk about any issues you may have, any challenges you face. And they will help you guide, make better choices and deal with any emotional concerns. Other than this, we also have continuous workshops. There are various games or fun activities at the hostel level, in hostel spaces, talks by renowned experts in the field to create better to improve life skills of all the students who come here. So by improving their self-awareness, we talk about how to improve interpersonal relationships. This would be about how to cope with emotional distress, or and to build a positive mindset, or improve our mindfulness in our lifestyle. So all these are, so our facilities are easily accessible. There is a website on which you can see what events are happening. And now SWC also has a presence on Instagram, as when you're a student, you will get various emails explaining what events are happening. Beyond this, there is also support which is provided by the student mentors and your faculty advisors. So when you come here, we will provide all the help, support that you need for as long as you're here on campus.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Professor Rekha. So we've seen facilities, we've seen clubs that are available. We've seen that there are so many options as far as startups, projects, internships, everything, right? So the question is, how can you balance it all and have a good time? So I would like to call on several people to answer this question, but firstly, let us hear from our students. How did they balance it all? And then I will pose the question to people on the panel. So Sarah, Amritansh, Kriti, anyone wants to say something?
Sure. So, I get the excitement that students have when they're first joining IIT, and there is some anxiety about how will I balance academics. But I feel like every one of you has qualified JEE, has qualified advanced, and you know how to be a good student who performs academically well. And a lot of it comes down to balancing your time. Making sure your coursework is your priority when you're coming here to college, but also being mindful and being able to see and seek opportunities wherever you can. As Sir said, joining clubs is very fun. It's a very good learning experience, and that is how I learned how to balance my time and manage different things at the same time. And yeah, since you're on campus, since you are in the hostel, I think a lot of that comes down to that as well. Whenever classes end, you can go just walk back to your hostel, and then you can go play some sport or play some like go join some club activities. And it comes very intuitively once you join campus, I feel. Amritansh, Kriti, if you want to add.
Yeah, I think it's a thing you learn with time. I think I think it's important to take one day at a time. And as far as managing things goes, I think it's kind of a circular logic. You learn to manage things when you have things to manage, and I think that is something IITB does offer you. And when you're living with your friends, I feel things do get easier. It's genuinely a lot of fun, and you learn in the process.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, I would like to add that consistency is the key. If you are consistent in whatever you're doing, be it academics or sports or any other activity, you will be able to manage your time well. IIT Bombay is such a place where every day so many things happen that you will have to choose what you want to do. So you will also need to learn how to prioritize and choose, as I said. Be consistent with your academics because that will help you focus on your other activities with fun. Otherwise, you'll be tensed about your academics when you're, say, playing basketball or something. So be consistent and explore everything in the first year, and then eventually you have to make a choice as to what you want to do. Do 2 to 3 things very well, is what I would say.
Thank you. Thanks. I would like to pose this question to our Dean, Professor Suwart. Then we will finally hear remarks from the director, or the director also can say whatever he wants.
So the students already talked about the key to this problem. I'll just focus my response on the first year students. So there was a committee appointed by director called Stress Mitigation Committee, and what we have done is we identified that the problem only starts in the first semester, like the students also mentioned, right? First semester goes very fast, and all the good students are here. So to mitigate some stress, some measures were taken, and I think that has helped us a bit. And I just mentioned those 3 points. So first thing stress mitigation committee did is they said no classes for first year after 5:30. So giving them enough time for extracurricular activities. The second point is that also even before stress mitigation, we are not allowing them to participate in big activities like Mood Indigo and Tech Fest in the first year as a representative, so that they don't end up spending all their time in those activities and get less time for academics. And third point, what stress mitigation committee did is we do not give them in the first year courses a grade, a fail, repeat. We give them opportunity to appear for a re-exam in 10 days time, sometimes even more. So that helps them, because all these kids are very bright, and first time when you see that you're not performing well in the course, that becomes a cause of stress. And our main focus is on overall well-being of the students. So my personal take on this is, for the students, the advice is that take it easy, do slowly in the first semester, focus on academics. Once you get the hang of it, then you start exploring other activities. You can do some sports in the first semester, but not too many distractions. Over to those kids.
Thank you, Suvarna. Thank you, Professor Janani. It's very interesting. You are getting some glimpse of what IIT Bombay is. I have some questions which I propped up. I may answer. What is LACE? So it's a liberal arts, science, and engineering course, which after the first year you can apply to, and then it's about flexibility. It's not particularly any branch. It's like liberal, so you can have something in art, science, engineering, design, management, economics. You can all add. So you can add to your basket and get a BS. So it's you design by you. right? And of course, there is a help available for it. So this is a liberal arts, but you apply after the first year. It's not available as such, but and then there will be interview. I'd say it's like a life education, more of a life education than anything. So I believe okay. So this is one thing. Secondly, yeah, yes, we have leopards on the campus. It visits my bungalow also, and yes, so they don't harm us. We know how to be with them occasionally. Occasionally, they are there. We are fortunate if you can sight a leopard. I haven't. I know that it has passed through my bungalow, but I haven't sighted one. So it's occasionally visits and it's quite safe. Don't worry. Can parents visit and stay on campus? Yes, we have guest house which parents can book, and there are many such questions. And about the certificate, yes, you can ask the particulars and you'll get it. Of course, typically the government certificate is needed. Yeah, I will come to 2, 3 other things. Mental health, we are very proactive on it. So it's not only when you are in a trouble we get a support. We also expose you to various issues related to stress management, which are very important in your life in general. How to strike a balance. Now we are coming to this, how to strike a balance. I will say that yes, have your routine. As Amrutamshi said, yes, one day at a time. There are too many things, but concentrate on one day at a time. Routinize it. As an alumni, I will tell you that we never bunked the lecture. Well, you have a choice, but we never bunked the lecture, and that helped. Even we dozed out in the lecture, it helps that we know the glimpse of what's going on sometimes that happens. So routinize the things, don't miss the important things. But yes, you have enough time to do other things if you match, as Sarah said. Yes, you have enough time if you manage your time properly. I many times talk to alumni in various places of the world. We have alumni everywhere. Over the world, and they tell me that what we learned in IIT is learn to learn, right? That's more important, because you can't be taught everything or you can't learn everything when you are in IIT, but what you need to learn is learn to learn. And also another thing our alumni highlight is we learn to go into basics. So these are 2, 3 main things that at IIT we teach you to go to the basics in whenever needed. Just start with the basics is one thing. The hostel life of IIT is something that all our alumni cherish and are connected to it throughout their life. This is some extraordinary experience which just cannot be spelled, and I can't tell you about it, but it just can be experienced. Don't worry. I'll tell you, don't worry. Yeah, people are asking whether this certificate is okay. Yes, you have to adhere to it. Don't worry. We have all the support system so that you are supported throughout. Not only now. Now, of course, you will handle through Dean Student Affairs and JE entrance, the certificates, everything. But we are there to help you in anything that we have. We are, see, typically institutes are led by a director, but what we are working to is it's not led by just one person. It's too big an institute, too important an institute, and we have a teamwork. We have a complete support system, functioning organization working in the institute. So don't worry. Yes, come here, get involved, experience, be sincere, don't get distracted, and we will help you. So that's what I will say, and that's it. Eager to see you and welcome you soon. It's an experience. IIT Bombay is an experience, and I will say that welcome.
Thank you, Professor Kedare. So we have come to the end of this session, and we hope we have answered all your questions. I would like to specially thank the director and the deputy director, all the deans, the faculty for patiently answering all the questions. And I definitely have to thank all the student mentors who have spoken here today. They have diligently gone through all of your questions that you have submitted online, gave us their perspectives as first years, what they would want which kind of shaped what we talked about today. So thanks to all of them. And finally, all the very best to you. We hope you join us because we know they're the best. So welcome. Thank you.